Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This MTG box analysis will focus on the opening of a full case of Wilds of Eldraine pre-release kits that took place between September 18th and September 22nd, 2023. We'll begin the analysis by looking at all of the cards that we pulled from the 90 draft booster packs. Then we'll review how much in the main set and the Enchanting Tales subset we covered by non-foil and foil, along with a breakdown of coverage by rarity and a look at duplication across the case. Following this, we'll establish a baseline for value with a look at the current value of the two sets, as well as a trend of the value since release. Then we'll move into a recap of the actual observed value in these 90 packs. Finally, we'll conclude with a summary. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics from more than 160 boxes, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level to download the analysis spreadsheets. Let's kick things off by examining the contents of the 90 draft booster packs in comparison to the cards that we could have seen from the main set. Using this chart, we can see all 307 cards that we could have seen from the main Wilds of Eldraine set marked in gray, the actual foils we acquired in orange, and the non-foils in green. In the non-foil space, we saw between 192 and 222 cards for each of the primary colors of Magic, for only a variance of 30 cards. Also in the non-foil space, we saw 9 showcase cards and 4 borderless cards. When it comes to the foils, we saw between 3 and 6 cards for each of the primary colors, as well as a single borderless card in foil. That's right, only one foil borderless in 90 draft packs. From the Enchanting Tales subset, we saw between 8 and 21 non-foils for each of the colors of Magic, and between 0 and 2 in the foil space. And in these 90 packs, we only saw 3 anime borderless cards, and all 3 were non-foil. Removing all duplication, our coverage of the main set looks like this. We saw 287 of the 307 cards for 84% coverage of the set. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was a tie between blue and red with 93% coverage apiece. In the foil space, we only saw 24 of the 307 cards, which gave us 8% coverage of the main set. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was in blue with 14% coverage. Moving into the Enchanting Tales subset, we ended up seeing 36 of the 83 cards in non-foil for 43% coverage, and in the foil space, we only saw 4 unique cards for 5% coverage. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in this case, it should be no surprise that we saw 100% of the commons and uncommons in non-foil. We also saw 50 of the 78 main set rares, along with 12 of the 33 mythics. This gave us 64% coverage of the rares and 36% coverage of the mythics. In the foil space, we saw 7% of the commons, 9% of the uncommons, as well as 7 unique rares for 9% coverage, and 3 unique mythics, again for 9% coverage. From the Enchanting Tales subset, we saw 94% of the uncommons in non-foil, along with 14 of the rares for 40% coverage, and 5 of the mythics for 17% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 11% of the uncommons, along with 2 foil rares for 6% coverage. In total, we saw 121 rares and 24 mythics within these 15 pre-release kits, if we include the 14 rares and 1 mythic pre-release cards. From a duplication standpoint, since we were opening up draft packs, duplication was expected to be high. We ended up seeing 242 cards duplicated 1,022 times for a case duplication rate of 75%. 1 card was repeated 12 times, and 53 cards were repeated twice. Before getting into the value of this case, let's first check in on how the set is performing. This chart shows all 307 cards that you can pull from the main Wilds of Eldraine set using non-foil market prices as of September 19th, 2023. Currently, the set features 4 cards valued over $10. They are the Virtue of Persistence, which has recently popped into the greater than $10 category with a market value of $11.48. Then we have the Moonshaker Cavalry in standard frame going for $17.35, Beseech the Mirror going for $33.13, and Agatha's Soul Cauldron, the number 1 pull, valued at $42.05. The set also features 8 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 27 cards valued between $1 and $5. The other 268 cards in the main set are currently valued less than $1. Moving into the Enchanting Tales subset, let's look at the 83 cards that you can pull from a draft booster pack. At present, the subset contains 20 cards valued over $10. This includes 13 of the 20 anime borderless cards and 7 cards from the main set. In addition to these, the subset also features 8 cards valued between $5 and $10 and 21 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 34 cards in the subset hold a market value less than $1 each. Now let's look at how the two sets have been performing since release. This chart shows the total market value of the 307 cards from the main set and the 83 cards from the Enchanting Tale subset that you can pull from a draft booster pack. On release day, the main set had a total market value of $215.27. I'm happy to report that those same cards are now worth $254.45, which is an increase of $39.18 or 15% of the starting set value. And the 83 cards from the Enchanting Tales subset started out at $587.22 and are now up $57.10 to $644.32, which is an increase of about 9%. Most sets come out and then drop, but not Eldraine. The 390 total cards are currently valued at $802.49 using non-foil market prices. Now let's begin to recap the value that we saw inside of these 90 draft packs. In the non-foil space from the main set, we saw two big hits. We saw the number 4 card, the Virtue of Persistence, valued at $11.48, and the number 1 card, the Agatha Soul Cauldron, valued at $42.05. We also saw 4 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 20 cards valued between $1 and $5. The other 1,199 non-foils from the main set are currently valued less than $1. In the traditional foil space, we only saw one big hit. We saw the Moonshaker Cavalry, which is currently valued at $20.58 in foil. We didn't see any cards in the $5 to $10 range and only 5 cards in the $1 to $5 range. The other 19 foils from the main set are currently valued less than $1. Within the Enchanting Tale subset, we saw 3 standouts. We saw the Anime Borderless Defense of the Heart, currently valued at $11.08, the Anime Borderless Greater Oromancy, currently valued at $20.80, and the Parallel Lives from the main set, currently valued at $25.33. We also picked up 3 cards in the $5 to $10 range and 9 cards in the $1 to $5 range. The other 75 non-foils from the subset are currently valued less than $1. In the foil space, we didn't see a single Enchanting Tales card valued over $5 and only 2 cards valued between $1 and $5. As I'm sure you know, each pre-release kit contains a rare or mythic from the main set with a release year gold stamp on it. In this case, we saw 14 rares and a single mythic ranging in value between 91 cents and $9.98. So how did this case perform? Well, Jevin, a member of the channel, loaned me this case to analyze, and he paid $275 for it. I couldn't find any full cases for sale on TCG Player, but the market price for each kit is $24.22, and since a case has 15 kits, we can assume the market price for a case should be close to $363. Now, each Wilds of Eldraine pre-release kit contains 6 packs, each with 15 cards, allowing us to see 1,350 cards in a total case. The 14 rares and 1 mythic pre-release card that we saw have a combined market value of $52.53. The 94 cards from the Enchanting Tales subset have an impressive total of $112.50. From the main set, the 78 tokens are currently valued at $11.29. The 89 basic lands that we pulled are valued at $13.54. The 790 commons came up to be $33.07 in market value. The 277 uncommons that we saw are currently valued at $37.65 combined. The 83 rares from the main set have a current market value of $35.11, and the 17 mythics that we pulled are valued at $120.24. Add it all up, and the grand total for this case comes up to be $415.93 in card market value, which is a gain of $140.93 over the price that Jevin paid, which means that he saw a return of 151% of his purchase price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 35 cards valued over $2 in this case, and they have a current combined value of $263.78, which means that those 35 cards represent 63% of the total case value and almost covered Jevin's cost for the case. A big thank you to Jevin for allowing me to open and analyze this case, and for allowing me to share the arena codes with the channel audience. All the cards are headed your way. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people, all by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.